Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of FOW101 with Matt. I'm going to be doing some deck tech videos coming up, and this is for one that's been requested quite a lot. If you watched our live testing, I played it recently, so let's jump right into it. So we have Lumia, the creator of Hope. For those of you that might be unfamiliar with the card, the advantage that this has is you can pay 0, take the top 3 cards of your deck, and put them underneath or in a remove from game zone, and Lumia can play those cards once per turn. So she's a 1,000 body, very great for card advantage, and I'll get a little bit more into the combo of the Dark Lumia deck here in a second. Before I get into the creatures, let's just talk about the stone lineup. So Almerius, it's just a given. It's very important in the Lumia deck. You want to be able to use her J activate for the lowest cost you can, and her summon ability says that if you pay 1 light and tap Almerius, you can judgment her. So that's something that's very important because it allows you to flip her over, get the card advantage, and leave up other mana. The other true stone that we're playing is the red one, Milest, the Ghostly Flame Stone. Simply because it can be a pump spell for the plus 200 damage, and sometimes you just need the extra 200 damage with your creatures that you'll see. Other than that, it's very straightforward. We have 4 of the Magic Stone of Scorched Bales, so just your very good black-red stone, which is good for removal, which I'll get into. And then 4 of the Magic Stone of Heaven's Rift for Dark Light, because again, you still want to be able to cast Lumia. Some games you might be stuck where you have to pay the full amount. So getting into the creatures, I'll kind of just lay out all these guys at once. So we are stealing the vampire package, quote unquote. That is, if anyone plays Dracula, you'll be very familiar with it. So you have 4 Servitor Vampires. It's just a great way to protect the rest of them. Lora, she lets you 2-drop any vampire, and then you're just going for Carmilla, which it's a very nice relevant 8/8 body. Kills something when it enters the battlefield, and is just really great as a removal spell. And that's, again, that you can combo that with Milest, that if they have a Hamlin or something that's a 1,000/1,000, you can pump your Carmilla to ram into it to trade off. Just for more anti-aggro, we have a full suit of Cinderella. If you watch our live testing videos, it's just a very, very strong anti-aggro card that I would definitely recommend if you're playing black or darkness in your deck. Have some number of these. Going on, I do into our spells. Again, we're creature light, but it is definitely more of a control deck and supposed to be looped with a combo I'm going to bring up in a second. 3 Slippers of Cinderella. 1, it's a good 1-drop removal. Neg 4 to a darkness creature. Or you can pump Cinderella with it, which goes into another one of our spells, Duel of Truth. Again, just another way to get rid of those really pesky Hamlins or another creature that has a 1,000/1,000 body that you just really need to remove. Going on from that, of course, our most common removal spells, we have 4 Thunders. Really great to use. Obviously, not much needs to be said about this card. You can 500 damage a creature, 500 damage to right to the dome. Anything very versatile card, rather. Excuse me. Then 4 Stoning to Death as well as kind of our removal package. Very standard. It's just a good card to have. So that's your typical 8 removal spells if you're playing Dark Fire. Now here's where things get a little bit interesting. So we have 3 Breath of God. Basically, if it targets a, excuse me, target J resident you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities until end of turn and draw a card. If you're targeting a Saint, you can do it for free. Unfortunately, there's no Saints in the deck. We just really need to wait to ensure that Lumia is going to stay protected. If you can flip Lumia, get the card advantage from her, chances are you're going to be winning that game very easily. A 2 of Bloody Moon. This is really, it's for like Feasting or some of the true fantasy stones. Really just if your opponent has some really annoying stone that you want to get rid of, it's a good card to use. It can also just set them back a turn. Then we have 2 Dream of Juliet, just a very important addition removal card. The thing I really love about Dream of Juliet main deck is that you can always draw a card as well. So it's never really a dead card, and it's at instant speed. So you have the opportunity to where you want to hold up both Stoning to Death and Dream of Juliet. If they don't play anything, you pop off Dream of Juliet to draw a card, and it cycles out that way. And then this is why it's Dark Lumia. We have Necronomicon. With this, if you're using Lumia's ability, put those in camera. So the way this works, let's just take Thunder for example. If I have a Thunder in my graveyard, I can cast it with Necronomicon. It'll go to Lumia's Remove from Game Zone, and then once per turn, she can cast a spell from her Remove from Game Zone, or from the Remove from Game Zone, I should say, once per turn. So you can do it on your turn, and you can do it on your opponent's turn. Now, some of the just really cheeky things that you can do, if you really don't want to be nice to your opponent, you just Bloody Moon them out of the game and just take them out very slowly, painful death. And then kind of the one fun combo that I put in this deck was, besides the fact that you can rebuy your creatures, rebuying Carmillas is really good, but Light of Hope. So a lot of people aren't going to be familiar with this card, but it says your life is lower than 2,000 as a trigger. Put target attacking Resonator on top of its owner's main deck. Resonators cannot attack until end of turn. So a little bit living the dream, a little bit maybe you don't have the right cards you need for whatever reason and you put your combo out there earlier. You can just keep cycling Light of Hope every turn so your opponent can never attack you. Granted, it doesn't protect you from maybe burn spells, but it's still a very good card to use. So that's the deck. Again, if you watched our live testing video, I played it there. It's something that, after I got a couple more games playing it, I did a little more work with it. I really think Lumia is a great ruler to have, but it's something that needs a little bit of work as well. This probably isn't the best shell for it, but I definitely think it's fun because it steals a lot from the Vampire package. It can be competitive, and then anytime you're playing all that removal, it's really going to help you stay in a game until you go late to where you can play Necronomicon and Lumia as our judgment side. So that's Dark Lumia. The best thing about it too is that light is an option out of the sideboard, so you can always play more Dreams of Juliet, more Emperor New Clothing, and it's just a very, very strong color combination in the current meta. So if you're looking for a way to get card advantage, have a relevant ruler body, and have some very fun interactions with Necronomicon, I would definitely check out Lumia. It's just an absolutely fun ruler to play with. So make sure you guys like, subscribe on YouTube. We're going to be checking out some more deck tech videos for you guys soon. And that's it. I'm Matt, and everyone have a good one.